10 months of silence can feel like an eternity in Hollywood. No red carpets, no joint interviews, not even a half-hearted Instagram post to calm the rumors. And then, out of nowhere, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith stroll into Nobu, Malibu as if they've been rehearsing this entrance for a comeback tour. Paparazzi lenses clicked like gunfire, catching a rare joint sighting that instantly detonated across headlines. For a couple who once turned their marriage into a global think piece, Oscars slaps, red table confessions, and a decade-long separation suddenly revealed. This quiet dinner screamed louder than any public statement. Was it reconciliation? Was it branding? Or was it simply sushi with a side of speculation? In a city where even dinner reservations can double as press releases, Will and Jada just reminded the world that their relationship is less a love story and more a serialized drama that refuses to end. So, who exactly walked into Nobu that night? Will Smith, Hollywood's once untouchable leading man, and Jada Pinkett Smith, actress-turned-talk show provocateur, both known less for their recent projects and more for the endless saga of their marriage. The where was Malibu's Nobu, a restaurant that is practically a runway for celebrities, where being seen matters as much as the food. The when was September 6, 2025, nearly 10 months after their last joint appearance in November 2024. The what was not just dinner, it was the first public outing of two people who had spent years explaining why they lived separately, yet still called themselves married. The why? That's the $1 million sushi roll. Some say it's reconciliation. Others call it reputation management, and a few cynics whisper that it's just another carefully timed act in the longest-running PR performance of their careers. And the how? Well, it was quiet, calculated, and caught on camera. Muted outfits, composed smiles, no hand-holding, but no visible frost either. In Hollywood, body language speaks louder than dialogue, and this was a scene designed to spark speculation without confirming a thing. What we know as fact? They dined together. What we know as rumor? That Malibu night was more than a meal. It was a message. To understand why one quiet dinner in Malibu hit like a thunderclap, you have to rewind the tape. The story of Will and Jada has never been a straight line. It's been a roller coaster, with each dip and turn broadcast for the world to see. In 2022, Will Smith's slap at the Oscars turned him from beloved leading man into a late-night punchline. Jada, sitting front row, became part of the narrative whether she liked it or not. Her eye roll replayed as if it were a co-star in the moment. That incident cracked open a marriage already under scrutiny, fueling endless debates about loyalty, masculinity, and Hollywood's obsession with public humiliation. By 2023, Jada decided to stop letting the tabloids control the script. In a bombshell interview, she revealed that she and Will had actually been living separate lives since 2016. 7 years of distance disguised by red carpet appearances and joint branding deals. It was the kind of plot twist even Netflix couldn't script. Fans who thought they were watching a messy marriage suddenly realized they'd been watching a ghost marriage, propped up by image management and the occasional carefully timed confession. Then came 2024, a year of silence. No joint appearances, no cozy dinners, no carefully orchestrated photo ops. Will showed up solo at film events. Jada promoted her projects with the ease of a woman free of a partner's shadow. The press speculated endlessly. Divorce filings, secret settlements, even rumors of other partners. but nothing concrete ever materialized. The couple's absence from the public stage became the loudest statement of all. And that's why September 6th, 2025 mattered. After 10 months of nothing, they re-emerged together at Nobu. No interviews, no announcements, just a sighting, delivered like an unscripted teaser trailer. The timeline of chaos, confession, and calculated silence suddenly had a new chapter. And in Hollywood, sometimes the absence of words is exactly what fuels the loudest conversations. The Malibu sighting may have looked like nothing more than dinner, but in Hollywood, the devil is always in the details. The first layer of evidence comes from the photos themselves. Will in a neutral-tone jacket, Jada in muted colors that whispered casual, yet both outfits were carefully curated to avoid the appearance of extravagance. When two celebrities with wardrobes worth six figures show up looking understated, it's not an accident, it's an image strategy. Their body language told the similar story. No clasped hands, no dramatic distance either. They walked in sync, side by side, with just enough space between them to keep everyone guessing. If reconciliation was the narrative, it was subtle. If reputation management was the goal, it was precise. Next, the media chorus. Outlets like People, Page Six, and E! News all ran nearly identical headlines. Rare joint outing. First appearance together in 10 months. Notice what wasn't said. No one confirmed back together. No one dared to declare reconciliation. Instead, the reports leaned heavily on the rarity of the sighting, leaving the speculation to the readers. In the language of celebrity PR, that's what you call controlled ambiguity, the art of saying everything without confirming anything. The third piece of evidence is historical context. Every major development in this couple's story has come with a reveal. Jada's Red Table Talk confession, her 2023 interview about living separate lives, Will's carefully managed apologies after the Oscars. Each chapter has been mediated, narrated, and monetized. Against that backdrop, a dinner without explanation isn't neutral, it's loud. By withholding context, they let the public fill in the blanks, which is the oldest PR trick in the book. Finally, the timing itself is evidence. Nearly a year of silence, then suddenly surfacing at Nobu, a hotspot known less for privacy than for guaranteed paparazzi coverage. If you want to avoid being seen, you don't go to Nobu, Malibu. If you want to be seen, but without saying a word, you go exactly there. Sushi becomes a stage, paparazzi become unpaid publicists, and one quiet night out turns into a week of headlines. In the world of celebrity scandals, that's not coincidence, it's choreography. The internet did what it always does. It turned a dinner reservation into a referendum on love, loyalty, and the art of staying relevant. On Twitter, the first wave of posts came fast. Grainy paparazzi shots with captions like, "Not the reunion plot twist I had on my 2025 bingo card," or "Will and Jada, the sequel nobody asked for." Reddit lit up with threads dissecting body language as if they were CIA analysts. Look at the space between them, exactly 2 sushi rolls wide. That means they're not reconciled, just collaborating. Meanwhile, Stan accounts posted side-by-side comparisons of past outings, noting every shift in posture, every millimeter of distance, as though measuring the stock market of their relationship. But not everyone was snarky. Some fans actually cheered the sighting, calling it a sign of healing. "Love wins," one post read, followed by an avalanche of heart emojis. Others framed it as resilience, a couple enduring storms and still showing up together. But just as quickly, critics snapped back. This isn't love, it's branding. Malibu Nobu is basically a press conference with miso soup. Even mainstream commentators weighed in. Morning talk shows debated whether this was reconciliation or a calculated move ahead of Will's next movie release. Late-night comedians dusted off their Oscars slap jokes, tying the Malibu sighting to Will's Reputation rehab tour. Jada, predictably, took heat in the comment sections, accused by some of orchestrating the spectacle, while others defended her right to control her own narrative. The split reaction revealed what's always been true. Will and Jada are less a couple in the public eye than a cultural Rorschach test. Fans project onto them whatever they want to see: romance, dysfunction, resilience, or manipulation. The Malibu outing didn't settle the debate, it only amplified it. In the end, the reaction said less about the couple and more about the audience, desperate to assign meaning to a moment that was, at least on the surface, just two people going out for dinner. In the short term, the Malibu dinner reset the narrative. Instead of being defined by absence, Will and Jada reclaimed the spotlight with a single outing. That's the strange economy of celebrity scandal. Silence breeds speculation, but one sighting can rewrite months of gossip. For Will, the timing is almost strategic. His career has been in rehab mode since the Oscars slap, and every positive headline helps soften an image still carrying bruises. For Jada, it keeps her voice in the cultural conversation, reminding the public that she isn't just a supporting character in her husband's drama, but a central player in her own saga. The impact goes deeper than individual reputations. Hollywood thrives on mythology, and Will and Jada's marriage has become a parable about love, loyalty, and survival in the age of endless exposure. Every appearance or non-appearance feeds the machine. Their Malibu night out wasn't a private dinner. It was a reminder that in 2025, celebrity relationships aren't just personal, they're serialized franchises, and the audience is always hungry for the next episode. And so, the question lingers: was this sushi summit a sign of healing, or just another episode in Hollywood's longest-running unscripted drama? Maybe the truth doesn't matter. In the court of public opinion, perception is reality, and reality is whatever Will and Jada decide to serve next, on camera, on stage, or at a corner table in Malibu. One thing is certain: this story isn't over. It never really is. In Hollywood, love isn't blind. It's just wearing designer sunglasses, photographed under Malibu moonlight, and leaving everyone else guessing whether the bill included reconciliation or just really good sashimi.